Hello, everybody. I'm coming here live because I've been getting so many questions in my DMs. I said DM about a class creation I have coming up, and so many people are wondering what the hell it is and how it doesn't translate in other languages. Hi guys. So this one's for the ladies, and gentlemen, you're getting an extra pass to just stay on and listen because we do talk about you in this class. Hi guys, welcome. Hello. Give it a moment for people to join. So last year sometime I started doing, well, actually back up, because I think this actually originated in another creation prior to last year. Hi guys, hi Connie, hi Grazie. So in becoming a certified facilitator for access consciousness, what I saw right away is like the energy of like the battle of the sexes, right? So people grow up wherever they grow up with the families they grow up, and they learn about the opposite sex often from their parents, or they get forced to watch weird videos in school about sex and receiving from the opposite sex. And there's so much information out there about dating and how to interact with the opposite sex. So years ago, I did a program called He Said, She Said. And I had men and women come on at different times, and I asked them a bunch of questions about relationship and desires and all sorts of different things. And it was so much fun. And we had different threads for the ladies and the men to explore what was going on for them in regards to communicating with the opposite sex. Now, where's this going, Sarah? I promise it'll go somewhere. I don't know if it's where you'll want me to go, but it's what's in my head right now. So after that program, what I looked at was like the vulnerability that it brought up for women to even look at any of the topics that came up on that call. And how there are so many rules, like unspoken rules about what we can be for each other. Women are pitted against each other all the time. But also where women get their information about how to be with men from other women rather than having their own experience. And often we get told these things like through media, through, social media campaigns, through, our families, like wherever. And so what I started like last year, we've done a couple rounds of it. It's called Unmentionables, and it's an invitation to women to come into a safe space where we get to explore anything that you're not supposed to talk about. And women were talking about things like desiring certain things in the bedroom. Also, there's stuff up around men and what they think they deserve or don't deserve. We explored being a space and a kindness and a receiving of men that would open up their world and everything in between. So it wasn't just about these things, but a lot of energies of lust that we've been avoiding as women, because we've been told that something awful is going to happen to us if we allow those energies in. And if we ever dare get lusted after when we don't think we deserve it, or we don't think we desire it, how we have to cut it out and then make men wrong. And there's just so many different things that showed up in this class. Also money, like women who showed up and explored vulnerably what they would like to create with money that they never thought they could. Lots of stuff. Okay. And those of you who are on here who've been in it, I'm probably missing a ton of content that we talked about, but I just wanted to come in here and invite anybody who's looking for a different possibility. And men, if you're here and you're still listening, do you have a woman in your life who could really use to have other women having your back? What I loved about these calls is we limited the space. So we opened it up, I think this year to 30 people. We sold out last year and added extra, or last time, it was earlier this year, I think. Anyways, and we added extra spots because we hit our limit, and then we were like, okay, what creates the greatest? So we added more spots. This year we're opening up to 30 women for 3 days, 4 hours a day, to dive into what is unmentionable. What is it that you dare not ever tell anybody that if you knew, you wouldn't be judged? And it's like, if you knew that vulnerability wasn't a curse and it wasn't a wrongness, and that you could choose it and totally spread your wings to fly, what would be available? I played sports my whole life, and I think I didn't find out I was a girly girl until I was in my 20s. because I like loved competition so much. But one of the things that I hated about competition and about, like even when we became a hairstylist and was in the beauty industry, is how women are so pitted against each other. We're not taught to celebrate one another and to be something so different on the planet that would actually change the face of the planet if we actually had each other's backs. Ladies, you are potent and you are a gift and you are a sexual creature and you are lustworthy. And I would love to have you on this program. If it sounds like something you'd like to play with, please check the link in the bio somewhere here. I don't know. People that know more than me do that stuff. But what I want to also add is like every morning before that class, and we did exercises with like moving our bodies and receiving, but every morning before the class, like I would be so excited and I'd get on and there would already be 12 hands up. Like day one, we were all like still looking around going, can I trust this space? And then by day two afternoon, like it was just questions until the class ended on the third day, of women diving into their potency and their beauty and their willingness to be seen and inviting the lust energies that are there, knowing that they still have choice always and that they are beautiful creatures, regardless of what this world has told them about them and the judgments of their bodies or their beauty. So, Alessandra, yes, it'll only be online for the person who asked. In Spirit Arch. I love Instagram and our names. Can you share what lust is? Yeah, lust is the energy of living and being alive. A lot of us, so this is where this live is going now. Thanks, Alessandra. So a lot of us have used the lust energy only to create sex. And that when that energy of turn on comes up, it's like it gets pushed out at whatever we've decided is the source for the turn on. But really you could be using lust to create your entire life. Like your lust for living. When you wake up every day, are you like, I got another day. I got another day here. How grateful am I to have this body that chose another day with me? What am I going to create today? And when you perceive something that you would really like to have, like add your lust energy to it. And you can receive the energy of lust and not have the judgment of what it means and what you have to do now and how to avoid it and how definitely don't turn the guy on because then you won't have choice. Like, what if that's all a lie? What if the beauty of the turn on is actually the turn on for being alive? Being alive in a body that is living. Look around you, people. So many people are in so much automation that they forgot to live. You know, they get up, they go to work, they do their thing. Here's their hours of when they can eat and when they can work out and when they go to bed because they got to get up tomorrow and do it the exact same way. And so many people get trapped in the automation of a life. And instead of the action, the verb of living. And having a lust-filled life means that anything that you're choosing is giving you more of the energy of living, okay? Not planning a life. Can lust be another order for desire? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, play with the energies of lust that you've confined to the bedroom that you think means something about like copulation and body action. And look at the energy of it. So if you're creating your life energetically, like when you see something on a menu at a restaurant and your mouth starts to water and you're so excited to eat that food, you're lusting after that food and you're so excited to receive it. So, word. Yes. Another word for desire. Yes. Absolutely. And again, but when you have that energy flowing through your body and through your world, you make other bodies come alive. So I told this story. I was going to end this live 2 minutes ago, but here we go. I told this story during some call. I went into a store not too long ago, and I mean, my hair was all frazzled. I had no makeup on. In my point of view, probably not always my point of view, but this day in particular, I was just like not feeling myself. So I thought I was going to be invisible, that I didn't deserve lust based on my standards of what deserved lust at the time. And when I went in, there was a guy who worked behind the counter, and he was clearly captivated very quickly, but I was kind of doing one of these things of like, who is he looking at? He can't be looking at me right now. And that was so far from the case. And he was so kind. And he's like, can I help you with anything? And I was like, I'm good. And it threw me back. And then he took time to be like, you know, you have such a beautiful smile. And I'm like, wow, thank you so much. And he was so kind. And it was such a generative experience. But what I realized was that it wasn't about whether I had full makeup on or, you know, was dressed in a certain way. It was about my body loves lust, always has, pretended not to to hide that, I'm sorry, for so long in my life, because it was the wrong and shameful thing to enjoy. But now that I'm receiving those energies way differently, especially after facilitating this class a number of times, my body being a lustful body, delivering lust out in the world, willing to receive lust, turns on other bodies. But when we hear turn on, we think sexual turn on. We think lust only equals I want to have sex with you. And that's not true. You can turn ahead because you're an energy that is inviting another body to pay attention, to wake up. And what if that's the gift that lust actually is? So anyways, I just wanted to shout out today because we have this class coming up and we've been getting so many questions about it. Mostly because the word unmentionables does not translate in a lot of languages. Although I'm also speaking English, so someone who doesn't speak English might not even get this translation, which is occurring to me right now, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, but if you know anybody who wants to play, if you want to play, please do let us know. Roberta says, giving up the judgment of myself for enjoying the lustfulness energies was the biggest gift from this class. Thanks, Berta. I love having you on class. So if you're looking for a different possibility with all this, you can come play. Check the link in the bio, and we will see you there, ladies. But gents, I can't tell you how many men have reached out after thanking me for the gift that the class was for the ladies in their life. So you can also, sign up a lady that you love. All right. Adore y'all. Bye. Somewhat.